Hey everyone, welcome to my Stupid Bass Show. I'm Samantha K. Royal, and today's episode is about soft things, plushy things, unicorns, cute little froggos, and maximum cuteness, and bass guitars, I think. Anyways, let's get into it. Real quick before we start, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Most of you guys aren't subscribers watching this. Come on, get your shit together. Um, like this video if you like it. Dislike it if you're a Chad asshole. Um, and hit that notification bell because that really helps me out. And it helps keep young unicorns like Thursday here fed. The meat that we feed these unicorns is very, very expensive, and we really need your support. And by we, I mean my imaginary friends and myself. Okay, so let's get into it. Today's episode is about terrible noises, apparently, and this bass. This isn't going to work, is it? I thought I fixed this earlier, but apparently I didn't. So let's take care of this real quick. Okay. Let's light a little candle, and we'll go frog in here. It's frog power. Alright. Sometimes this takes a minute. Oh, sweet. It's better now. See? Frog power, am I right? Okay. So this week's episode is about this cute ass bass. This is a Tisco tulip from the 1960s. It is one of the odder Japanese instruments from back then. It is absolutely not a copy of anything other than perhaps a tulip flower. It's got unicorn rainbow pickguard and a spacey black finish that I put on there. And then as well a nice little unicorn enamel pin on the headstock. I was going full on unicorn theme with this. Don't know why, just seemed like fun. So what kind of stuff did I actually do to this bass other than cosmetics? It came to me really cheap. I bought this whole bass guitar for $80 off Reverb. One of the big things was it was missing the pickup. This is just one I had in my parts bin. It's a Epiphone guitar humbucker with a different cover on it so you don't see the pull pieces. The neck needed fretwork. I will say, like, if you're buying a vintage Japanese instrument, in most cases, it's safe to assume that if it hasn't had fretwork, it's going to need it. Aside from the higher end Japanese instruments in the 60s and moving on into the 70s, their production quality really got better. Most of them had pretty poor fretwork. The fret ends, instead of overhanging the binding, they would just like cut them short, and they were kind of gnarly and nasty looking. And then typically not level. So in this case, I had a big ski jump. So this was a partial refret where I just took out the 12th fret up, leveled off the fingerboard, and put the original frets back in. And it plays great now. It's like 6/64, which is pretty reasonable action for a fretted bass. The other thing I did to it was I modified this bridge. These things originally came with a single saddle thing. Oh, well, you can see that. And it would like lean and it never really adjusted well. It could be adjusted and made to play right, but it was just a real pain. And I know like most people like will say that like about a Rickenbacker bridge or Dan Electro bridge or whatever, and it's usually just because they don't know what they're doing. But in this case, this really is a terrible bridge design, so we throw that away. I've got two saddles that I robbed from a Squire Bronco bridge, and then I just drilled a couple extra holes to install those there. And now it has most of the original bridge, and it adjusts nice. It's got this little thing, this little doodad pokes up between the strings and annoys you when you're playing it, or at least it annoys me because I play back here. This was for a bridge cover. If you have one of those, let me know in the comments. Maybe we can talk about that, especially if you're in Denver. I will buy that off you if it's reasonable. But yeah, that would have held a bridge cover, and then oftentimes those would have had a mute in them. People referred to those as ashtrays because everyone in the 60s and 70s smoked. And that's where those things went. That's why it's not on here. Somebody needed to feed their addiction real bad. So yeah, with that, what else? Plywood body, mahogany neck, which is pretty cool. A lot of these were laminate. This is actual mahogany of some sort. Rosewood fingerboard, probably an endangered species now. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good. I think it sounds very P-bass to me, so we'll get into that. We're running through the 5-watt champ through a 15-inch speaker as per normal, and yeah, let's see what it sounds like. Pretty cute, right? It even sounds cute. I think this is really good as like a studio shoe-in for a P-bass. I used to play P-basses primarily. I had a bunch of them, and over the years I've grown more into 30-inch scale basses, which is what this is. I like the smallness of them overall. I like basses with small bodies. If the bridge is like at the end, that's good. Like some 30-inch scale basses, they'll put the bridge like up here and then the neck ends up out here, and it kind of defeats the purpose of being short scale at that point to me. But this is really nice. It's small, it's compact, easy access to the truss rod there. I always like that, except for when there's a pickup in the way. Hair likes to get caught on it, apparently. 0 frets, kind of cool. The bridge is quick release. I love that because you can just loosen your string and like pop it right out, which is really cool. But then you have the string tree that you have to fish the string underneath, which completely defeats the purpose of this. They were thinking. So yeah, that's about all I have on that. The unicorns like it. We need to play it more and just kind of let you hear what it sounds like, I guess. You can cartoon riffs because I'm not playing them, I guess. That's volume and tone all the way up. Let's turn the tone down. That's a much more dubby, like Motown funk kind of sound. It's hard to mute on this bass the way, I guess if you palm mute it, it'd be hard too. This thing gets in the way. So like if you're a huge fan of muting, maybe, I don't know, if you get one of these, put a different bridge on it, or just don't. What else is going on with this thing? This, I posted pictures of this. This annoyed the hell out of people because the jack is so close to the knobs. I don't know. I think it's like the same crowd that hates this coming out the front and likes this coming out the side. I'm the opposite. This is great. This doesn't bother me. Would I maybe space it a little further away? Maybe. I don't know. But it doesn't really bother me. I was just thinking of something else I wanted to say about it, and I've completely forgotten at this point. My brain is mush. Cool, very pointy tuners. If you need to battle it out with a T-Rex or something, this could come in clutch and probably save your life. Again, unicorn power. Yeah, that's about all I have for this one. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty dang cute. If you have like a noise gig with a bunch of other waifus, like this is gonna come in clutch. They're gonna be so fucking jealous of you. Yeah, narrow string spacing. I guess we could talk about that. I didn't talk about that when I talked about my main player, but a lot of these vintage short scales have narrower than normal string spacing. So like a P bass would be like 19 millimeters, and these are usually like closer to like 15 to 17. Also like old Gibson basses, like all the old short scale basses. Hofners are really, really narrow. If you like that and that's your thing, like check out vintage short scale basses. Definitely if you buy one of these, be prepared to either hire a luthier to fix things like that, or if you have some frogs and some candles, you know, that'll work. Definitely gonna have to do all the normal stuff like fretwork. But it's rewarding, it's worth it. If you just want a really cool, unique bass to play, pick up one of these vintage Japanese instruments. Don't pay like top dollar reverb value. Like I know like people are advertising these for $300-400, and like if it's been done up like this one has and had the frets done and had the electronics magically fixed, then sure. But if it's just like one that someone pulled out of their attic, you don't want to pay $300-400 for it. You want to get it dirt cheap. Get it for like $100 to $150, and then pay a luthier a couple $100 or a frog, and it'll be great. Trust me. You can't pay a frog money though. They work for flies. I know, it's weird, but if you capture enough flies, they'll fix your stuff. So yeah, that's all I got for this. I'll see you next week with another episode. Don't know what we're going to review. It's going to be a complete wild card, but guarantee you it'll be something cool. Bye!